Welcome, everyone. Um, I just always ask to be able to host for Judith. It feels like an honor. Judith Weaver is leading today, and my experience, why do tears come to my eyes when it's like sometimes when I'm like in awe and in joy, tears come to my eyes. There's no place else to feel it. Um, So my experience of Judith is that it's not only that she's had umpty-ump years of experience and practice in sensory awareness. There's a way that she leads where I sense that it's the first time, and she's helping me to be my own leader, to discover my own leader within myself, because each moment feels so fresh to me. And so I'm really, really looking forward to being here. I put my breakfast away so I could just be totally here. I'm delighted that everyone else is here. And I know that this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful hour. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Judith. And I'm going to mute everyone. And Judith, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Okay.
You can unmute.
Okay, I have unmuted myself. And thank you so much, Sarah, for that introduction. I was just thinking, after today's session, you might not say the same things about me, but you're right. I don't practice, I don't plan. I really, and it's scary. It is very, very scary, but I trust the moment of the essence. And so far, so good. But today is really a stretch because someone about 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, gave me a cat. And so I'm living with a cat for the first time in my life, or really with any animal. It's just, the cat and me, and I've had time to really pay attention to the cat. And I've always wondered about animals. Yeah, I see a horse, I see dogs, which leg goes first? And I could never, they go so fast, I could never figure it out. But I have this cat who does nothing but sleep during the day and wants me to massage her. I wish I were a cat like this one, because I do massage her. And I've paid a lot of attention to how they shift their weight, how they walk. And I thought, well, this would be a good area for explorations. And just yesterday, I'm trying to grow some grass in my garden, and I put a couple of strings over it so it would keep the birds away. But yesterday I actually saw a deer walk up to it and one leg at a time step over that string, not knocking it down at all, and going on. And I'm going, consciousness, are we that conscious when we walk? Of course not, because we do it so well or not so well, or with tension or whatever it is. But I would like to, and I hope you're willing to come with me, explore how we walk, how we shift our weight, how we move through the world. And I want to invite you to work with this any way you want. My thought is, well, I'll get down on all fours and just see which extremity wants to move first. That might not be interesting to you. Getting down on all fours might just be too much. Standing on two legs is an awful lot. anyway, but I would like us, and it's going to be hard because I won't be able to see you, or maybe you can turn your computers, but I invite us all to come off of our seats or staying on your seat if you want to, or even lying down if you want to. We have four extremities no matter what we do. So let's explore a bit more of what we do with these four extremities, how we do it. Okay, so let me invite you to just take a little bit of while and starting from this sitting where we are and you've been listening to me, how do you feel your weight coming down now? I feel it coming down and into my two hips and then continuing down to my feet a bit. Is one side, as we're sitting here thinking we're sitting straight, is one side heavier? More weight on one side than the other? Maybe more weight forward or backwards? That has all to do with our point of balance, how we want to sit. Or maybe not want to, how we usually sit. And just notice what happens to your breath as you notice your weight. And then what happens and how you want to transfer from this sitting to whatever is the next position for you. If it's standing, fine. It could even be lying or sitting differently. And let's start with shifting to our two hind legs, shall we say, our back legs, our legs. And how do you experience the intensity of the weight on you going from probably your buttocks now to your feet? Take your time and notice what happens from one place to another. And as you move, as you shift your weight, does anything happen in your mouth? Are you shifting weight with your tongue? Does anything happen in your eyes? Maybe your vision is different from sitting to however you are now. Are you heavier or lighter? And if your eyes are open or if they are closed, is there a difference in your sense of your weight? Of your balance? Is there any difference in your breathing? Is there a difference in your weight when your breath comes in, or you take a breath in, and when the breath goes out? Does your weight change as you breathe? When I invite you or suggest that you take a step from where you are, move a bit, what happens in you? Does something tighten? Does your breathing change? If there's an intention, does that change your sense of weight on whether it's your legs, your four extremities, the weight of your weight that is going down into the ground? So even just thinking about making a step, taking a step, does that change your breathing? Does it change your weight? Is there anything else in you that changes? Maybe something in your back. Or in your jaw, or the inside of your mouth. Or your forehead. So if you've been used to having your eyes open as you're sensing, may I invite you to just allow your eyes to close and feel the difference there. And if you're used to having your eyes closed, let me invite you to open them and see what the difference is that our eyes create in us. What is the difference in us with an inhale or an exhale? And now, maybe if it's time for you to take a step or make a movement, how do you feel that? How do you know which extremity takes the step? And how does everything else respond? feeling the power or the strength of your weight of gravity, your weight going into the ground. Is it different for you on one extremity? Maybe one leg on the other? Or maybe if you're standing or lying, if you want to bring your arms up, how does that happen? And do they both go together? Or is there a difference? This is legs or arms, whatever you want to focus on. I've been focusing a lot on the movement of whatever it is from the inside. And I just realized that I wasn't paying much attention to the outside, the air through which we are moving or not moving. How does that feel to you? If you pay more attention to your outside, I wonder if there's anything changing that you're aware of on your inside. And if your arms have gone up, what changes in you if they start going down? Is your breathing different? Up and down? Is your weight different? And again, if you change your eyes from either being open to close and close to open, does that change other things in you? Does it change your sense of weight? Does it change your breathing? So whether you are standing or sitting or lying, and you just feel all of your extremities. I think we have 5 arms, legs, and head coming out of our torso. And how do they feel? How do you feel with them? So it's easy. We're more used to paying attention to our arms and maybe our legs. But I think our neck and head is another one too. And just, how do they feel? How differently does maybe one feel from another? Maybe one arm heavier than another, or warmer than another, or maybe more sensitive to the air. And then about your legs. If you're standing, does one have more weight than the other? Or maybe one feels larger or thicker than the other. Are your feet cold or warm? And are they anything like your hands? Are your hands cold or warm? Does your breath go into any of your extremities? Your shoulders, your arms, maybe your hips? Does your breath go down into your legs and maybe your feet? And then, of course, there is our head. Is there any balance of our head on top of our torso? Maybe it's a little bit more from one side to the other, sideways or up and down. And where does your breathing go in anywhere in this magnificent organism that is you? And if you were going to take a step now or move your arm or your head or something, how do you know which extremity you're going to move? What does that feel like? And how does it feel to feel that and then execute that movement? Does an arm or leg say, me, me first, or that's too heavy? Or maybe your head wants to move in one way or even turn. How do we feel that? How do we know what to do? Yeah, how do we feel what to do? And how do we feel it as we are doing it? And what does, quote, standing still or sitting still feel like to you? Is it still? Do you feel still? Or what do you feel about all the various things that may be happening in you? Okay. This can get really deep. I just thought, how do you know? What does a smile feel like? How do we know how to smile? It's a much smaller movement, but how do we feel that? And back to our breath, how do we feel? It's time to take an inhale. Or let go, let the exhale happen. What is our connection? What are our connections with ourselves? Sitting or standing, if I just turn my head looking to one side, what does that do to my weight? I see something different. Do I also feel something different? So what happens when I actually do that action? What changes anywhere in me? And then what happens as I give up that action and come back to wherever, whether it's neutral or wherever you want to be? Did anything change in your mouth? Some things probably changed in our eyes, but did we feel them? And now, if we want to turn our head to the exact opposite side, is it opposite? Is it similar? How is it for you this time? Did turning your head change your weight, the distribution of your weight? Did it change your breathing? Did your tongue respond or anything inside your mouth? And then what happens as you come back to what, neutral? To where we are more used to being? What does used to being mean to you? Does that mean we don't have to feel or we can't feel because it's more familiar? And how are you feeling right now? What are you feeling right now? If we do something, a simple move like just dropping our jaw and letting our mouth be open, what other changes does that create? A change in your breathing, a change in your sense of weight, wow, I'm still standing, and as I allowed my mouth to open, I felt more weight on my heels. Is your breathing different with your mouth open? Ah. And we are coming towards the end of the session. So may I invite you to come from wherever you have been, coming back to sitting, standing, lying, maybe a more neutral position, place that you might want to be. Notice what happens. And if some of you are moving more quickly, can you still feel what's happening in you? In you and around you, outside of you. How is your breathing now? Are you breathing or are you being breathed? Is your weight different? And how do you feel being here right now? Well, I don't think, at least I didn't get to walk like a cat, but I had some other experiences, and I'm wondering if any of you would like to share anything of your time.